Good day, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Centralian Profiles. And we are so happy to have here with us on the show Mr. J.M. Suelo, our Ginoong Pilipinas 2019 first runner-up. So how are you, J.M.?
I'm good, Miss Roche. Hello mga Centralians. It's great to be back here at Central Philippine University and especially here at CPU TV
Yes.
channel.
JM has been very busy this past few weeks. He has been guesting on TV shows, and also he has been granting interviews in several media outlets. So thank you so much for squeezing us in for an interview. I know that you have a very tight schedule. So, how does it feel to be Ginoong Pilipinas 2019? Did it already sink in, or are there times when you like wake up and you're kind of like overwhelmed and say, "Oh yeah, I'm Binibining Pilipinas, I'm Ginoong Pilipinas 2019." Like,
Actually, right now it has already synced in. I've already internalized it. And actually, when I won Ginoong Pilipinas first runner-up, I didn't expect it in the first place. But actually, I was too grateful and thankful for this kind of opportunity and blessings from God because I always see actually pageantry as a platform to really influence a lot of people, especially here in the Philippines, because the people really look up to someone who really joins pageants and yes, it's an opportunity for me to also promote my advocacies. So I'm really happy, thankful, overwhelmed, and for all the support of my fellow Ilonggos and especially Centralians.
so speaking of pageants, so as per for your pageant experience, you were Mr. Political Science Ambassador. That's in the year 2014. Mr. Arts and Sciences, Mr. CPU Republic, and Mr. City Mall Ross. Of course, you have a wide range of experience when it comes to pageantry, but this is a national pageant. And of course, Ginoong Pilipinas, we're talking about the most intelligent and most handsome man in the country. So, just how much pressure did you feel when you were competing?
Actually, even before I joined the pageant, I was very pressured in my preparation to Ginoong Pilipinas. Yes, because we have actually 22 equally stunning and gorgeous candidates who came from different parts of the Philippines. And when I saw them during our arrival, I said to myself, what did I do? Why am I here? Because I mean, they are all talented. They are all good looking. They have the height. They have what it takes to really win the crown. So I just went there and tried because I don't want to have any regrets in the future. I just said to myself that whatever happens, I know God has a reason and purpose why I'm there. And I think it all paid off. The hard work, the sacrifices I poured into, and especially the friendship and the brotherhood that I was able to develop with my fellow Ginoos is something that I think I will treasure for the rest of my life. So, yeah, even this is actually my first national pageant. So, although I had this, experiences in the past joining pageants, it's really different when you're there because um, you don't know what will happen. And I really don't have the connection. When I went there, I don't actually have any handler. I was just on my own, bringing my national costume. Um, yeah, so it was really difficult. And at the same time, I also felt, sad, lonely at times because I can see some of my fellow Ginoos, they have
Fans,
handlers,
supporters.
fans, supporters, and I was there. I don't have any, fans and supporters, of course, because it would be difficult for the fellow Ilonggos to
To
really
fly
fly
there.
there and support me. So, yeah, it was a struggle, but it all paid off.
Yeah. So, I guess you could say that you were an underdog,
Yeah,
right?
I think so, yeah. And I think nobody also expected that I will be able to make it even in the runners up because um, although I was at the hot picks, but I was, at the last part maybe of the hot picks of the different press and the bloggers. Um, yeah, I didn't expect really to
Ah,
be part of the winners.
so you kind of like thrived during the last moments, mga last
Yes,
days
yes.
or weeks before prior to the pageant.
There was actually a judge who told me that I was like a wild card, or I was like yeah, an underdog, like you said. She never expected that I will be part, or I will win in the pageant. So yeah, I think I gave all my best during the coronation night, really. And it yeah, I'm here. It all
So,
paid off.
how did you prepare for the pageant? I mean, physically, of course, you worked out. You also prepared for the Q&A. So, explain to us like how you
Actually,
prepared.
to be honest, I really started my preparation on the spiritual aspect.
Mhm.
Because, as Centralians, I always believe that when you are at peace and attuned with the Lord, everything will just follow. Like, seek ye first the kingdom of God. Um, before, it was it was very difficult preparing for it, physically, mentally, emotionally. But I just entrusted everything to the Lord, and I said, if it's for me, it's for me, and whatever happens, I will entrust everything to Him. So I'm really grateful because actually before I left for Manila to join the pageant, I met with my Campus Crusade for Christ brothers, because we had this fellowship, Bible study, and I really asked them to pray for me, because this is a very influential platform, and I know that whatever will come out of my mouth, or whatever words that I will utter, whatever I will portray on stage, it will really influence a lot of people. So I want to make use of this platform in a right way, and I want to be attuned with the Lord. So I worked out um, a lot, diet, and of course, thankfully, there were sponsors who helped me also in my journey, and of course, yeah, mentally as well. Primarily because I will be there for a week. It will be very um, difficult, but I think I was able to manage it because of the support and love also of my fellow Ilonggos.
So, how many months exactly of preparation did it take you?
Actually, I applied for Ginoong Pilipinas around May, and then June, July, August, September, October. So more or less 4 to 5 months. But actually, I really didn't prepare that much during those times because I was also busy. Being the national president of the Association of Law Students of the Philippines. I was elected around July. And then from then on, we worked on some projects as well. And as well as, of course, with my advocacies on mental health, on HIV/AIDS. So even before I joined Ginoong Pilipinas, being of course former CPU Republic President, I am already exposed to the community, to helping of course our country. So I think that was my motivation as well why I joined Ginoong Pilipinas, because I want to make use of this platform that we are not only good looks, but we have more than that. As Filipino men, we have more to offer to the world.
So, beauty with a substance.
Yes, beauty with a substance. And it's the substance that really matters at the end. So, yeah.
So, um, let's go to the pageant. Let's go straight to the coronation night. So, what was one of your defining moments during that night?
Actually, I said to myself, I just need to get into the top 15, because the top 15 is actually the result of our national costume competition, the talent competition, the personal interview, and the formal wear competition that happened days before. So for as long as I enter the top 15, I know I can already make it through because I said to myself, I really perform well. I have to perform well with the swimwear competition, the formal wear, and more so, of course, with the interview portion. But I think what really helped me a lot is my how I answered the interview portion and how I communicated with the host, with the judges, with my answers during the interview portion. So yeah, I think that those were the moments that I think has helped me um, win, of course, first runner up in Ginoong Pilipinas.
So, what would be your advice to fellow, fellow young people who would want to follow in your footsteps?
Wow. For me, siguro advice, just believe in yourself. There will be people who will not believe in you. There will be people saying you are not good enough. You don't deserve to be there. Um, you are not meant to achieve greater heights in life. But if you have dreams and if you have goals, whatever other people would tell you, you have to go for that dream and reach it for yourself because all you have to do is to just take a leap of faith and trust the Lord that if it's for you, it's for you. If it's not meant for you, then it will not be meant for you. And yun din, siguro I just want to give this advice that when you join, of course, pageants, you have to make sure that your heart is in the right place. That it is not about popularity. It is not about um, being famous or money. It's not about those material things, but more importantly is how you can influence other people through your title. And like I always say, it's only a means to an end. It's not the end. Um, you have to make sure that you use that crown to really help the community and to stand for our country, to represent our country very well. So, yeah,
Wow.
that's how I
I'm
think it
such
is.
I'm in awe of his answer. So of course, uh, earlier you talked about beauty and substance. So now we're going to talk about substance.
Okay.
So let's talk about your advocacies, the causes that you're very passionate about. So mental health and HIV/AIDS awareness, as well as because there's so many NGO and organizations that you're um, involved with. So actually, JM spearheaded Pag-Amliganay. So the first mental health summit that was last year, no?
Yes, I was last year being, yeah, the former CPUR president. Those were actually my projects. Really, Pag-Amligane First Iloilo Mental Health Summit. And then we also had HIV/AIDS awareness drive. And of course, HIV/AIDS screening here in Central Philippine University for our fellow Centralians. So from there, I already developed that heart for these advocacies, knowing that there are a lot of students who secretly or silently suffering from depression or mental health
Yes.
problems and illnesses, and we know for a fact that there are cases of suicide, and
Yes.
it's real and it's happening. um, and that is something that I would like to us to also understand and to know and to raise this awareness to a lot of students, not only here in CPU, not only here in Iloilo, but in the entire Philippines, that it's okay for us to cry. It's okay for us to feel bad. It doesn't make us less of a man if we become emotional, we become attuned with our emotions, and also we have to lend our listening ear to someone because for as long as you know there are a lot of people just smiling, laughing, we thought that they are okay but deep
Yes.
inside they are not. So um, and of course nowadays with the social media we tend to compare ourselves with other people, and because of that a lot of teens right now feel really bad about it. So that is also the reason why the World Health Organization said that suicide has become the second most common cause of death among young people aged 15 to 29. So that is something that is very alarming. And also with HIV/AIDS, I think Iloilo City or Iloilo in general
Yes.
is ranked first or in Western
It's
Visayas.
first.
In Western
First.
Visayas. So you also,
Alayon, I think, I don't know, maybe a municipality in north of Iloilo, but I'm not sure if I'm correct.
yes. And of course, representing the province of Iloilo in Ginoong, Pilipinas. So that is also something that is really very timely and, like Pia said, timely and relevant, um, to become an advocate of, to raise this awareness, to break the stigma that you cannot transfer HIV/AIDS virus right through, by hugging someone or just by
Yes.
kissing someone. There are a lot of um, ways or specific things on how you can transfer it, right? So we have to break that stigma.
Yes.
And I think we need to really raise this awareness that it's okay to get tested. Because there are a lot of people afraid to get tested because of the probably if what will happen if they find out if they're positive or negative. But I think it's better that we get tested so that um, proper treatment will be given to that person. And I think that is the only way that we can also help these people who has HIV or AIDS to really feel good about themselves as well. That they are not alone. There are people who's also like them. I think at the end of the day, it's interconnected. Mental health and HIV/AIDS awareness, because we are developing here a community of people who will be there, helping each other, making them feel that they are not alone, and that's what we want to do, being as Filipinos.
Yes,
Yes.
that's a very those two advocacies are very timely, and I think when it comes to HIV/AIDS awareness, we still have a long way to go, especially here in the Philippines. So thank you for being passionate about such causes.
And of course, we just actually had, of course, the mental health month last October, and then this coming December 1, it's World
World
AIDS
AIDS
Day.
Day.
So it's really timely, and I hope that all our Centralians will also participate in the activities and affairs of whatever CPU has for this year, or the NGOs that we have here in Iloilo, for them to get tested as well, and for them to seek help when they feel bad, when they get depressed. It's okay to seek help. Don't mind the person telling you, because there's a stigma also with mental health. When you feel bad, people will tell you you're buang, but it's not good, because it's not good to say someone he or she is buang, because there are a lot of variation or terms, di ba?
There's so many meanings
Yes,
to
there's
it.
many meanings to it. So I think we have to break that stigma. And stereotypes as well among men. Like I said earlier, men are not allowed to cry because it makes them feel weak. But actually, we have to accept that reality that even men can cry, even men can feel emotional, even men can feel weak. Because men, actually, suicide rate among men is higher than women because of our emotional quotient na mas mababa siya
And
compared
you're
sa women.
expected to
Appear
be
strong,
strong.
yes. Of the toxic masculinity, because of this has already been passed through the years, that there's an expectation among men. So I think we have to understand that it doesn't make you less of a man. It doesn't make you less of a person if 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 you're emotional, because that is the only way that we can help and save someone. We have to listen to them. We have to talk to them. We have to ask them, how are you? Musta ka? Okay ka lang? Even those simple words, showing care and love for that person means a lot. And also encouraging everyone not to judge anyone, not to bash anyone, not to um, judge anyone, because you don't know what they're going through in life. We are all running at our own pace. We are we have our own purpose to fill in or to fulfill in our lives. So kumbaga lain-lain ta. Do amo na nga kung ano man ang ginaagyan niya, we don't know. So, kumbaga, wala kita right nga i-judge siya dayon, do amo na siya. Though, we also encourage a community of loving and understanding other people as well. Yeah.
Wow. So, wise words from JM. So, at this point, we would like to talk. For the information of everybody, JM is also a former CPOR president. So he was a very active CPR president, and he has also been active in several outreach programs here in CPU while he was an undergraduate and a law student here in CPU. So I would also like to talk about your your experiences here as a student and as a student leader. So how has that helped you, and how has that shaped you to be the person that you are now?
Alright, so it has really helped me a lot, primarily because of my leadership exposures and being attuned with the community. Of course, being a Ginoong Pilipinas first runner-up, it doesn't happen overnight. Backstories, your life, your experiences really matters a lot. Primarily because if you have these experiences, you have something to bring into the table. Yung parang hindi ka hilaw na you just go to the pageant and walk there. For me, I think I really see it as, kasi dapat you really have that substance because it's an opportunity for you to really inspire a lot of people. So if you have something that other people can be inspired of, it's a plus factor, I think. So being here, being a Centralian, being a former CPU Republic president, being very active with our community works, outreaches, helping other people, it actually helped me a lot. So I would always be thankful and grateful for Central Philippine University and of course Central Philippine University Republic and to all the Centralians out there. So thank you so much for supporting me, for believing in me. And yes, yeah.
So, JM here is a law student. You're a fourth year law student, right?
Yes, fourth year's law student, but I will be graduating pa next year.
Next year. So he's a fourth year law student. He is the national president of the Association of Law Students in the Philippines. He also joined Ginoong Pilipinas 2019 and won as first runner up. And he is involved in several socio-civic organizations and NGOs. So, okay, my question is, how do you juggle all of that?
Um, it's all about time management. As they say, it seems like easy, but it's difficult as well. But I think interconnected naman kasi lahat. For example, when you're a law student, of course, you are being trained to really how to speak. You are really being trained to be, of course, becoming a future lawyer. And for me kasi, it's really my profession. Kumbaga, I'm seeing it as my long-term goal to become a lawyer and to really help a lot of people in the near future. But I also see pageantry as an opportunity to bring everything to the next level. Like I said earlier, it's very rare to see someone joining a pageant na law student who's also a active leader,
Leader.
helping the community. So I think these are the things that should be present or should it's really very rare opportunity kasi. So I told myself I'm only 25 years old and I can be a lawyer at any point in my life, but I can never be a title holder for after 30 because there's a
There's an
age
age
limit.
limit.
So I'm only taking the opportunity to make the most of it because it only happens once. It's not forever. So while I'm still in with the age limit, I will go for it and just do it. Like they said, if there's a will, there's a way. So if you really want something, you will do everything to really achieve and to get it. So that's what I'm doing right now. And yeah, I think that's it. Time management and how you really just push through and do it because you want to do it. So yeah.
Wow. So for those young people out there who want to be as well-rounded as JM, follow his words of advice. So let's talk more about your life as a Centralian. So what are some of the um, things that you're thankful for being a Centralian, for studying here in CPU? What are you most grateful about in being a Centralian?
I think in being a Centralian, I always carry within myself, wherever I go, whatever I do, the idea of what we believe in, Ciencia et Fides. It's always going to be science and faith. But what I'm most grateful of is the Fides part, which is actually our faith. It is because of Central Philippine University that I get to know more about Jesus Christ. It is because of Central Philippine University that I accepted Christ as my personal Savior and Lord and received Him and cultivated a strong personal relationship with Him. And that I understand and realize that in whatever that I do in life, it's all about Him and it's gonna be for Him. That is also the very same things that I'm carrying on, even when I joined Ginoong Pilipinas. And like I said earlier, when I prepared for Ginoong Pilipinas, it was actually the spiritual aspect that I have to strengthen, because once I was able to manage it, and once I am attuned, my heart is attuned with the Lord, everything will just follow. And I think that is what matters most, because it's all about having that purpose in life. It's all about, that pageantry is a very influential platform, and it's even beautiful and great if you use it to glorify the Lord. So that's what I'm grateful for in being a Centralian.
Um, Final question. For you, for JM Suelo, what is a Centralian?
To me, being a Centralian primarily is being faithful with the Lord, because I think that what sets us apart from others as well. Yes, we believe in exemplary Christian education for life. From the day we entered CPU, we understand that with our journey in learning our respective fields is also our journey in strengthening our relationship with the Lord. It's cultivated, di ba? Kumbaga, it comes hand in hand. Ciencia et Fides. And being a Centralian is someone who believes that Christ will always be at the center of our lives, center of our hearts, center of whatever we will do in our lives in the future. Yes, we commit mistakes. Yes, we commit failures. Yes, we may fall short of the glory of God. But at the end of the day, we will always go back to Him, saying, praising Him, glorifying Him, thanking Him for what He has done in our lives. And I think, of course, as a Centralian, as Ginoong Pilipinas first runner-up, as National President of Association of Law Students of the Philippines, a fourth-year law student, I will not be where I am now without the Lord. He is the one who has given me this kind of opportunities. He is the one who has blessed me so much, and that I will be forever thankful and grateful for being a Centralian. It's because of Christ that I am here. Um, I've been through so much in life. There are a lot of people who doesn't believe in me. A lot of people bring me down. There are a lot of people questioning me for what I'm doing. There are a lot of people telling me that I should not do this, that I should do that. But behind all those things, rejections, failures, and mistakes in life, I always go back to the Lord and entrusting everything to Him, that what He is doing in my life happens for a reason. He will not bring me to this kind. He will not give me these kind of opportunities for just nothing. He will not bring me to places just for nothing. He has a reason and He has a purpose. And since learning is a lifelong process, discovering the real purpose and reason is a lifelong process. Um, I will just continually hold on to Him and believing that He really has great plans in my life, and I will always be grateful and thankful for being a Centralian.
Said like a true blue Centralian. So there you have it. Thank you so much, JM, for being our
Thank you.
guest for today's show, for squeezing in your interview with us in your busy, tight schedule. Um, Again, this is Rosh Lunasco for Centralian Profiles. See you on our next episode.